Hey guys, welcome to Griffith's Retro Gaming, and today I'm doing something completely different. I'm doing a video about my journey into veganism, and it's a sensitive subject for a lot of people. I know I've seen all the videos online, I've seen Piers Morgan and his backlash and all kinds of things like that, and that's not what this video is all about. What I want this video to be is for anybody that's sitting on the fence, so they've looked into it or they're thinking about going vegan for whatever reason. So in this video we won't be going through why it's better or anything scientific or anything too involved in a discussion, debate or argument. It's purely about my journey into veganism, how I found it and how I can use my experience to help others to come into it, or not, as it were. So let's start with how I used to be. Well, because a lot of people are going to be there at the moment, so we might as well start at the beginning. So I used to be pure meat eater. Absolutely love meat, dairy, eggs, anything like that. I'm not a big fan of fish though, but anyway, that's beside the point. I was still eating and consuming an awful lot of meat and dairy products. So every day I was having something with meat in it, and you know, there's thousands of different options there for people, and it's just way too easy. So yeah, when I was at work, I was running out on my dinner to grab something from Greggs or another bakery, whatever. And, you know, it'd be a sausage roll, it'd be a ham sandwich or something like that. For teas, I was having, well, I love pizza, so I was having like pepperoni pizza, and then there'd be steaks, there'd be chicken Kievs, chicken an awful lot. We used to have lamb curries, all kinds of things like that. With regards to dairy, I love yogurt. I love cheese. I used to have cheese and extra cheese. Literally cheese all the time on anything that I had. Yeah, cream on my coffees and custard on my dessert, anything like that. Yeah. And bacon was another big one. Bacon sandwiches. Oh, yeah. And looking back, I can't believe how much I used to eat. And it, you know, for all the salt and all the fat, things like that, it's quite scary looking back. But anyway, I don't want this video to degenerate into like a factual thing, because I don't know an awful lot. I only know what I've read, and I don't know what's true and what isn't. So again, that's why I'm going through this video for you. So when I was thinking about changing my diet, it didn't cross my mind to become vegan. I thought about vegetarian. Now I was going to struggle with the meat side of it for sure, and that was one thing that was going to like worry me. But I still could fall back on the dairy, so I could still have cheese, I could still have yogurt and things like that. But then I was thinking to myself, because of the high fat content in cheese and, well, in all dairy, then it wasn't a viable option. So I started looking at the vegan route. So what is veganism? Now, veganism is a lifestyle. It's not just a diet. And this is where I fall down, because I'm sat here doing this video on a leather chair, which I got last year. It was a present, or year before. It was a present. And, you know, I can't justify getting shut of it just because I've changed my diet 3 months ago. So veganism is more than just the diet. So it's anything that uses animals in a way that exploits them or harms them. So like I say, leather, there's the food aspect of it from the diet. Anything that's tested on animals, so cleaning products or soaps, anything you use like that. Also the environment as well, which in practical for a lot of people. There's a lot of people that drive and have to drive. There's you know, for the jobs, things like that. There is an awful lot to it if you want to go like straight edge vegan, but if we all just take up the vegan diet, then you know that's gonna be massive anyway. You know, in future, I'm definitely going to be looking at buying stuff that isn't leather, and that's the thing. That's the issue with a lot of people. They don't make the connection between what they have to the cruelty of the animals. And one example is, like for me, I used to have a rabbit called Charlie. You know, we loved him. The family loved Charlie. He was a great rabbit. But when we had him, he sadly passed. But when we had him, I wouldn't have dreamed of eating rabbit meat, and that is because I had that connection with Charlie that I thought, no, I can't do that. And there's a lot of people in the UK and in America, if you're watching from America, and a lot of the Western world keep dogs as pets, and we think that eating dogs is awful. You know, it's something that we just wouldn't dream of doing in this country or these countries. But in Asia, they do. You know, and that's their culture. That's just what they do. But to us, it's awful. It's just something we wouldn't do. Why should it just extend to our pets? It should be all the animals, really. It should be, you know, we shouldn't be eating any of them and breeding them in a way that they're just living a life to serve the humans. That's wrong, and that's what veganism is. That's the belief that vegans hold, and it's a belief that I hold now as well. So why did I choose a vegan diet? Well, as I explained before, the vegetarian option was a non-starter for me because I just know for a fact I'd have gorged on cheese or anything with cheese in it, and it just wouldn't be practical for me. So the reason was I suffer with a lot of fatigue, and I was reading a lot into it about diet. I've tried an awful lot of things, so I was reading about diets and how that can help you with energy and to feel more energetic and alive. I'd read, and I know quite a few people that have gone into a vegan lifestyle, and they say, "Oh, I feel absolutely fantastic. It's the best thing I've ever done." So what scared me about being a vegan? Well, it was I had this preconceived idea that there was not much for vegans to eat. I thought that it was going to be an awful lot of beans, rice, and not an awful lot else. But that couldn't be further from the truth. There's a whole wealth of food out there. Granted, a lot of the time you need to look, but it's getting a lot easier for people to live a vegan lifestyle. And even down to things like if you're out and you're just feeling a bit peckish, you can walk past a Greggs now and buy a vegan sausage roll. Like I say, that's not a healthy way to go. But if you're out and you're a bit peckish, there's nothing else, then one of the advantages of not being a vegan was being able to just run into a store and grab something you want to eat quick. Well, you can do the same as a vegan as well. So how have I felt being a vegan? How has it impacted on my life? Well, it has been positive. Now, I haven't felt more energetic as such. I'm a bit more energetic and a bit brighter and things like that, but not enough for me to drastically change my diet from what it was, if that makes sense. However, there are some other benefits which I absolutely love and wasn't expecting. So the first one is my face. Now, if you go to a few of my older videos, you'll maybe see that I had quite a lot of acne. I had red sort of cheeks and things like that, and that was probably due to a poor diet. And since I've changed, I've been having more beans, more fibre, more a lot more fruit and veg, which is absolutely fantastic. I'm really enjoying that. My skin has cleared up. It looks so much better, so much healthier. I notice it when I'm especially taking pictures. And that has been, it's made me feel more confident in myself, which is obviously a massive benefit. True, I could maybe get that if I'd gone vegetarian, but I also think that it could be down to me eating a lot of cheese, which is quite oily, so quite fatty, and so I do put that down to my changing diet, because it's pretty much happened since I've done that in the last 3 months. So the second benefit is I've lost weight. Now, I was feeling a bit low in myself, and I was comfort eating an awful lot, which isn't great. That obviously down to my poor diet as well. And it just builds on top of each other, like with the acne. So that makes me feel low in myself because I don't look or feel great. So it all stacks up to create a massive problem. I've lost a lot of weight. I was 16 and a half stone. I'm 6'2". If you don't know me, so I am, quite tall. Ideally, I wanted to be around the 13, 14 stone mark. So I still feel I'm quite a bit above where I want to be. But in the 3 months that I've been vegan, I've lost a stone and a half. That's incredible in 3 months, and I've not even tried. That's not something that I went out to do to lose the weight. It was, I wanted to feel more energetic. I haven't played any sports since I've been a vegan. I'm looking to get back into playing football, but yeah, this is all down to the diet. I don't do more exercise than anybody else. I walk, but I'm not a rambler. I don't walk for miles or anything like that. So the third and final reason for me personally is my health, and I do feel better for being on a vegan diet, in terms of like my skin and how I think as well, because I feel I'm doing something good. I feel I'm doing my part to try and help the environment, and helping protect the animals, really. The next bit is, how easy is it? I found it incredibly easy, and that is something because, as mentioned, I used to eat tons of meat and dairy and things like that, and what I did was, I obviously had food in that was not vegan, and I had to work through that. So I was working my way down that. So on a night, I'd have like, I don't know, I'd have my curry, like say. So I'd have that. But during the day, I was eating vegan stuff. So I was introducing it slowly whilst getting rid of all the meat that I wasn't going to be eating. And that worked really well for me. It was a slow introduction. I was finding vegan stuff, and I was still keeping the meat in the diet to, well, just to not cut it out completely. Because I don't know how I'd react if I just went and it was gone. So I felt that was best for me. Some people might be able to just cut it out completely. So it depends on why you're doing it, the willpower that you have, and the support of others, really. And that's my next point. So I'm married, and my wife hasn't gone vegan, and I have 2 children, and they're not vegan either. But the wife's really supportive of it, and that's great. She flat out refuses to go vegan, which is fine. That's her belief, But yeah, she doesn't criticise me for being vegan. My mum has also started. She's doing what I did with the introducing it and trying to cut out all the meat. So she's looking to go vegan. She almost is. So that's good for her. For me, going back to the point, it was really easy. And that's purely because I took it in steps. There's a whole range of nutrients that you can get from a vegan diet, and you just wouldn't think that you could. One of the hardest things though was milk for me. I do have milk on a lot of things. There's a whole range of vegan milks out there. There's soya milk, which I'm not overly fond of, but this is the beauty of it. So you can try other milks as well. There's oat milk, again, not really for me, but the next two are, one's almond, which I absolutely love in coffee, and the next one is coconut, which tastes absolutely wonderful and refreshing. And you can have that on anything. You can have it on your breakfast. It gives it a nice coconutty taste. It's beautiful in hot chocolate. If you have the Cadbury's drinking chocolate is vegan, so you can still have your hot chocolates, and then with a bit of the coconut milk, it tastes like a Bounty. It's lovely if you like Bounties. So there's an awful lot of options out there for you. So where do I see myself going as a vegan? Can I keep it up? At the end of the day, this is, since I've started filming, this has been 3 months that I've been doing this. So, you know, can I keep that up? At the minute, I believe yes I can. I have no desire to eat any kind of meat or dairy. It doesn't even enter my head now. It's a distant memory. It's something that I just do not think about. So at the minute, yeah, it's something I want to carry on doing. My belief, as mentioned earlier, is that I don't want to be like harming animals. Nobody wants to be, really, but it's just that connection that people don't have with what's going on in the farms. That they just see a piece of chicken and they don't associate it with a chicken getting slaughtered, really. And, you know, no one wants to think about that, so, especially when you sat down to have your tea. You know, it's just not something you think about. So there's people that might say, well, I'm hungry quite a lot. Well, if you're having beans and rice and things like that, it fills you up. I go through a day now where I rarely snack. I've cut that out more or less, and that can only be good, can't it? And I feel fuller for longer, and that's down to what I'm eating now with the rice and the beans and bread and things like that. It does fill you up. So you may watch this and you might think, veganism not for me, you know, I love my steak too much, and you know, that's fine. If that's for you, that's absolutely fine. But there's going to be some people that are watching this and thinking, I'd like to, but I don't know if I'd be able to stick to it. Willpower is something I can't comment on. I do have an awful lot of willpower. There's people that don't, I understand that. But there's a 22-day challenge that you can do, and there's veganuary as well. So you can always give it a go, see how you feel. But as a massive meat eater and dairy eater of eggs that I've not struggled, and there's an awful lot of people out there that don't struggle either. It's a lot easier than it used to be, probably, and there's a lot more products out there that you used to as a meat eater that you can eat as a vegan. So you've got that familiarity, and then you can explore the other meals as well, which I am at the minute. I'm exploring other meals, and I'm discovering some really good ones. So yeah, going forward, this is something I'm going to be carrying on with, and yeah, if it's something that you want to do, definitely check out the 22-day challenge. But my name's Alex Griffiths, or Griffo. I usually do the gaming, but today is all about the veganism. So thank you for watching. Anything you want to say, leave it in the comments, and yeah, I hope you've enjoyed the video. I look forward to hearing from you. Thanks for watching. I'll see you again.